Hey guys, what is good? It is Ray, and today we're back with a brand new video. So I've recently been really excited for multiple reasons, but the main one is because on Monday the 14th I finished all my exams for my uni studies, which means I have 4 months of holiday ahead of me. Speaking of holidays, what's a better way of burning time on your holidays than playing video games? Well, I got you covered. So in this video, we will be going through 5 Nintendo Switch games that you can easily invest over 100 hours on every single one of them. Each of them are all super fun in their own way and, dare I say, addictive. So if you're on holiday like me, you have hours to burn, these games are the way to go if you haven't already played them. And if you're not on holiday, well, sucks to be you. Alright guys, don't kill me for that joke. I'm sure all of you are doing fine with your life and still have sufficient time to play video games. So, let's get started. First one on the list, and a one I want to really quickly throw in, just an incredibly obvious one, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you've owned a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch Lite for more than 2 days and you don't have this game, well, you should either consider selling your Switch because you are clearly not using it properly, or you should pick this game up like right now. Jokes aside, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the latest installment of the main series The Legend of Zelda games, and holy moly, is it an excellent game. I mean, this game has a stunning 97 Metacritic score, and it is the equal first with Super Mario Odyssey out of all Nintendo Switch games ever released. So, the quality of the game does not have to be spoken further. In the game, there are just so much you can do and so much you can explore. You can go and explore shrines, you can go and try to collect Korok seeds, you can even try to just catch a butterfly. Additionally, it's also a good place to test your physics. So, speaking of a truly multifunctional game, the next one I want to really quickly throw in this list because I doubt its relevancy for most of you out there, and that is NBA 2K20. And yes, I do have it on the PS4. So speaking of walk the talk, as the title of this game suggests, this game, well, it lets you play the NBA. There are multiple different modes in this game, obviously. There's My Career, where you just create your own player and play in the league. There's My League, where you kind of just control the whole league, or you choose a team and operate as that team. Or My GM, that allows you to play as the general manager of a chosen sports team. And obviously, My Team, which, oh, don't remind me of the advertisement of all the people pretending to be happy over microtransactions and loot boxes. I don't play it personally, and if you guys play 2K, don't play My Team either. I feel like this game isn't that relevant, because if you are a basketball fan, you watch the NBA, you have been playing NBA 2Ks in the past years, then you probably, like me, picked this game up on the launch day. So, I don't know who would be hesitating to pick this game up at this point, because it's really just shouting out what you're getting out of it from the cover. It's a game that allows you to play basketball in the form of a video game. But if by the slightest chance you're still deciding whether you should play this game, well, if you love basketball and you love NBA, there's no better choice. The other one is NBA Live, and that's barely a choice. The next game I want to talk a little bit more about in detail, and that is not only because this game has the most amazing special edition cover art in the history of video games, but because this is just a really fun and addictive game on its own, Fire Emblem Three Houses. So this game is kind of like the Nintendo Switch's hot release for Q3 2019, and for me personally, was probably my top 3 anticipated game before entering 2019. And boy, did this game live up to every single hype it created. It is truly fantastic. I've never actually played a Fire Emblem game before this, but I've always been a fan of, tactical RPGs. Those games where you take turns, but it's such a serious game with blood, sweat, and tears. Like Pokemon. Pikachu? Back to the topic. Fire Emblem Three Houses depicts a war set on the fictional continent of Fodland. A continent divided between 3 rival nations that are temporarily at peace due to the connection of the Gorek Mark monastery. You, as the player, take the role of Byleth, who was a mercenary and is now a tutor at Gorek Mark. At the very start of the game, you choose the nation you want to join and you stick with them for essentially the whole playthrough. So the extensive gameplay and the hundreds of hours offered by this game is a little different from what's offered in Breath of the Wild. In Breath of the Wild, you sink hundreds of hours just exploring the place. It's a fully open world game. You go here, you go there, you observe new things, you discover this island, too much Link's Awakening, this land of Hyrule. But in this game, it's actually not so much of an open world game, and the extensive gameplay really stands in the replayability of the game. So from the very start of the story, you pick a nation or a house you want to follow, and you follow that house for the rest of that playthrough. The first half of the story, chapter 1, are almost identical between the three houses, but chapter 2, which is the second half of the story, is very different. This means for you to fully 100% the game and actually understand what the whole story is about, you need to play this game 4 times. And the reason for it being 4 is that, spoilers alert, there is a hidden route if you choose one out of the 3 houses. If you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about, but here, I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who haven't played it. Personally, I played the Black Eagle route on my first playthrough and the Blue Lion on my second, and if time allows, I would be very happy to play the Golden Deer route as well to experience that part of the story. As you can see, I've only played 2 playthroughs. In fact, I haven't even finished my second playthrough as the Blue Lions, and yet I've already reached close to 110 hours. So if you are looking to 100% the game and play all 4 routes, this game can keep you invested for over 200 hours. If you are looking for a game that can keep you invested for a month or 2 at the very least, this is one of the best options, hands down. So this next one is actually 2 games in one as a bundle, and one I assume less of you would have heard about, and that is Digimon Story series, being Digimon Story Cybersleuth, and what I got in my hand, its sequel, Digimon Story Hacker's Memory. Now the reason I'm putting this one on the list, despite me having a PS4 copy again, is that this game is actually coming to the Switch as a 2-in-1 complete edition on 18th Friday. Wait, that's this Friday. So yeah, if you go in store this Friday, you will be able to pick up this game and its predecessor, Digimon Story Cybersleuth, as a bundle pack for the price of 1 game. So the first game out of the 2, Digimon Story Cybersleuth, was initially just an RPG that was launched on the PS Vita. Yeah, this was a thing. And the PS4 in late 2015. We got the English version in early 2016, and it actually did surprisingly well in the West. According to Wikipedia, the PS Vita version of the game was the best-selling digital title in North America and Europe, and also had good performance among Latin American countries. This was actually incredibly surprising for me when I searched up info for this game, because unlike Pokemon, Digimon, the anime, really never made its way out of Japan, and that is due to its very inconsistent and horrible anime planning. Which means while Pokemon can kind of rely on the anime a little bit, I'm sure in the West there will be kids that sees Pokemon the anime on TV and tells their parents, I want to play the Pokemon game. But with Digimon, you don't really have that, because I don't even know if they put it on TV anymore. At least I've never seen Digimon TV anymore, so I'm going to assume that's the case. Which makes it more impressive, because it essentially means that this game performed well, or not this one, the earlier game, performed well purely based on how popular it is and how good it is as a video game. I mean, I really don't want to speak about the anime further. I mean, there's probably like 4 people that still cares about Digimon the anime in the world, including me, so for the 3 of you out there, if you've watched Digimon Try and know what it is, you may wish you didn't know what it is, because, oh, that was such a nightmare. Holy crap. No. Just, no. So guys, my camera just died on me. It ran out of battery, so I do apologize if the camera angle is ever so slightly different. But anyways, coming back to this game, or while I was speaking of the previous game before, but you get what I'm saying. So coming back to Digimon Story, this game is extensive and allows you to sink hundreds of hours into it, but not in the same way as either Breath of the Wild or Fire Emblem Three Houses. So with Breath of the Wild, it's mainly on exploration of the open world, which is not this game, because it's a JRPG and there's no such thing as open worlds in JRPGs. And it's not really the same as Fire Emblem either, because this game offers very little replayability. I mean, there are a few side missions after you finish the main story, but that's about it. The main extensiveness in this game is actually just the linear story it's got. It's a really long game. just what you expect from every single JRPG, how there's no such thing as a JRPG game that's less than 100 hours. That's officially not a thing. Okay, that was a little bit of an exaggeration, but to put it in perspective, I haven't played Digimon Story Hacker's Memory much because I want to save it up for the next playthrough on the Nintendo Switch, but only solely talking about Digimon Story Cybersleuth, I've stacked up like 80 to 85 hours on that one game solely. And yes, I did do every single side mission and I 100% my Digidex. Feels so weird saying that. But anyways, I 100% on my Digitex and it took me 80 to 85 hours. So if you just pace normally, maybe only do half the side missions and stuff, the game will still take you like 50 to 60 hours to finish. And apparently, the second game is just as long as the first one. So if you buy the bundle pack on the Switch, you can easily sink 100 hours into these two games combined. Okay, so the last game on this list is where the question mark in the title of this video comes in, and the game is Persona 5 Royal. The original Persona 5 had a score of 93, I believe, and is the tied 6th place out of all PS4 games launched in the past 6 years. So if you doubt the quality of the game, just don't. In a nutshell, this game is a JRPG and is the 6th installment of the Persona series. In the world, you play as Joker, who is a high school student that has the ability to enter other people's heart, to destroy the evil side of them and get them to confess to the sin they've committed. This is an absolutely gorgeous game in almost every single way, as there is so much you can do and so much you need to do. You need to study to make sure you get good grades at school, you need to balance your social tie with other members of your crew to make sure that in battle you can look out for each other. You need to work at different places to boost certain attributes and get money to support your heart-stealing journey, and at the same time, you have to progress the main missions and actually steal the hearts of the bad people. I mean, even listening to it, it sounds like a lot of work, and if you've played the game, it is quite a lot of work. This game just offers a ton of fun, and some of the social ties are actually mutually exclusive, like whether you want to spend time with this character or the other character at certain events, or you want to date this character or another character. Actually no, I think you can date all the girls at once in Persona 5, but then on Valentine's Day they figure out you're a scumbag and all break up with you. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm a responsible male. At least I hope so. So when I finished the game, I almost immediately jumped back into New Game Plus because I want to try and date another girl and see what their story is like. I wanted to max out some social connections, which I couldn't max out on my first playthrough, and see what the end is like in that storyline. The enhanced version of this game with additional content and brand new story known as Persona 5 Royal is landing in the West sometime next year, so please look forward to it. If you have a PS4. Okay, let me explain myself with this part of the video. I should probably put this down. Bye-bye, nobody cares about you anyways. Yeah, so first of all, let's put it out there. This game is a PS4 exclusive, and Atlus has claimed that they have no intention of porting Persona 5 to the Nintendo Switch in the near future. So why did I initially almost assume this is a Switch game? Let's hear the backstory of that. So first of all, this game is, like most JRPGs, not a graphically demanding game, so I kind of just assumed it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, because it seems like every single game that is not graphically demanding on the PS4 and the Xbox One has been ported to the Switch. And secondly, earlier this year they had a huge campaign over this game that is coded Persona 5S, or P5S, and everyone just assumed that that would be the port of the Persona 5 to the Switch, being P5 and S. But it was later discovered that that's not the case, and the game landing on the Nintendo Switch is actually called Persona 5 Scramble, and is actually more like a Hyrule Warriors or Fire Emblem Warriors type of game instead of the actual Persona 5. So sorry for the confusion there, the final game is not going to be on the Switch, but I really do hope this game come to the Switch, because hell, I've already spent close to I think 110 hours on this game, and when Persona 5 Royal comes out, I'm going to spend like another 100 hours on that game. Yeah, I can't tell whether my life sucks or whether it's great. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thanks for sticking out to the very end. I do apologize, I did lose the footage of myself concluding the video while I was editing, so apologies. Anyways, here are 5 games I've personally invested 100 hours or more into, so for those of you that's more on the budget end of gaming, but don't want to stick to playing $10 to $20 eShop games, this could be a useful list because you could buy one big budget title for $70, $80 and it will last you months, depending on how frequently you play. There are a few other games that could be added to this list like Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash, and Octopath Traveler, but I haven't played those titles for 100 plus hours, so I thought I'll only include the games where I can walk the talk. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a comment in the comment section down below regarding some of these games. Are there any you've played? Did you enjoy it? Are there any you want to pick up after watching this video? Let's talk in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!